And a Portland-based nonprofit has stepped up to prevent the only low-barrier shelter in Bangor from closing. Preble Street will officially take over operations of Penobscot Community Health Care's Hope House in February. News Center Maine's Katie Delaney shows us how this transfer will have an impact.
Preble Street Executive Director Mark Swan says they're able to prevent the 56-bed shelter from closing with help from Governor Mills and the Maine legislature. They're providing funding over the next 3 years to continue operations at the Hope House.
It's a big day.
PCHC was planning to close the shelter because of financial troubles if a new owner couldn't be found. Swan says there already aren't enough homeless shelters in Maine, so they couldn't let the Hope House close.
To lose the second largest shelter in the state, it would have been devastating. I mean, it really would have caused great harm, clearly, to the people who need those beds.
PCHC's president, Lori Dwyer, says she's grateful to Preble Street for keeping the shelter open for the more than 300 people a year it serves.
It is a critical, life-saving resource for people who are experiencing homelessness.
Dwyer says the move will allow PCHC to prioritize its health care goals.
Our core mission really has us focusing on integrated primary care services and clinical care.
The Hope House is the only shelter in the area that doesn't require a background check or sobriety.
Low barrier shelters are critically important because a good number of people who need these beds are suffering with substance use disorder. In a low barrier shelter, they'll meet you where you are, they'll understand, they'll help.
Now, Preble Street will have to continue to get more funding to keep the shelter open long term. Swan says they're working to find solutions.
We're optimistic and really looking forward to, making an impact in that community.
Swan says they're not expecting any job losses during the transition. He says their goal is for everyone to seamlessly move over to Preble Street. They'll be taking over operations of the Hope House in February. In Bangor, Katie Delaney, News Center, Maine.